up to my favorite bunch of beauties? Welcome back to an ECW Beauty. My name is Denise. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see and subscribe. Today's video is my makeup basket for the week of March the 19th. I am going to tell you I used all my palettes last week. So I'm doing it. I'm getting through these things. I'm trying to at least touch everything I own. So I'm doing it. We're going to jump in and tell you that I'm making a mess. I'm going to tell you what I had last week, how I liked it. It is going to be interesting because I'm going to go ahead and start with my palettes so I can tell you the one palette that I used last week that I did not enjoy using and I thought I would. And that would be the Smoke Sessions palette. I feel like I have heard people complain about this palette before, but I was like, people always want to complain about something. This palette is chunky. And I know I have probably had this palette for a couple of years. I mean, just a couple of years. I haven't really used this palette before. I think actually this was my first time using it because I would always look at it and go, well, what on earth am I going to do with this? But I used this side this week. And this is my comfort zone here. That's where I should have stayed. But I used this side this week. And it was so chunky and hard to blend out. We can zoom out a little bit more. It was chunky. It was hard to blend. It was a mess. I didn't feel good when I had it on. Even though I did get compliments on my eyeshadows. It was just hard. I feel like it's because these two were like really chunky to kind of blend together. I didn't like it. The mattes were fine, but it's just the shimmers that I did not enjoy. So with that being said, that is coming out of my basket. And the next palette I used in a video last week, and this is the Beauty Bay Retro Love palette. I really enjoyed using this palette. I love the color story. It just almost reminds me of like a candy shop or something. Anyway, enjoyed using this palette. And one sec, my tea. Let me take the top off of it. My tea will not cool off. I have it in, I mean, I guess that's the whole purpose of this cup, right? But I would like to enjoy my tea. And look, you can still see, if you can, I think you can still see steam coming off of it. And it's been probably about an hour since I made this tea. And it is still piping hot. Like piping hot. But I want to taste it. That's going to take a little while. It's still hot. But this is coconut chai black tea that I'm trying out. Taste is good, but it's too hot. So the next palette that I am going to pull out is the Urban Decay Naked Wild West, which I did use. And I'll pull out another palette because I used the two of these together. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Latte 2. And I did use both of these together because the color stories are pretty similar. So they worked well together. Really, really nice formula in the Dominique Cosmetics. And of course, I love a naked palette from Urban Decay. So those two were perfect together. I used the Be Perfect Carnival, the Antidote palette, and that looks like that. I believe I stayed on the green side. this week using this palette, but it was really nice to use. And then the last palette that I told you that those 3 shades were calling my name is the Pinky Rose Cosmetics Luscious Plum. And I did indeed use these 3 together and absolutely loved the look that I came up with. And that is all my palettes from last week. And I used all of them. So I am proud of myself. And I just realized when I did my makeup today, I didn't put no primer on. I was supposed to try out this e.l.f. Power Grip primer and just didn't put any primer on. So there's going to be a segue for the foundations that I'm going to be using this week and did use today. This one is actually also going to be in my video on Thursday, and I'm wiping the top off because I got foundation all over it and still have foundation all over it, and I want to show it to you in a decent condition. But this foundation from Range Beauty is going to be in my basket this week. This is a new foundation for me, and it's from a black owned brand, but as you can see, it is a little light. So what I did today was mix it with my Estee Lauder Double Wear, which is too dark. I have it in 5-in-2 Amber Honey, which is too dark, so I mixed the 2 of these together, and I think this is a pretty good match for me. I think it's a pretty good match for me. I did, because Ulta is having the Estee Lauder, like 3 Estee Lauder foundations 50% off today. I did go back and get the 5-in-1, which they said was a match for me. We'll cross our fingers and hope so. In the meantime, this 2 is going to be a duo so that I can use them up. And why am I telling you what I'm using and I'm not even finished telling you what I already used? Like, what is going on? Let me get back in order. Boom, boom. I used these 2 last week, and these are these 2 Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundations. I mixed these 2 together as well. Goes without saying, I like these foundations, so that's that, and I'm taking them out. I used the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape, and this is in the shade Tan Deep Sand. I did enjoy using that. It looks a little light, but it didn't make me look like Reverse Panda or anything, so I enjoy using that one. And I have 2 Mally blush sticks that I still have not used. And I want to use these, so I am going to keep these in my basket. And this one is in the shade Just Pinched Pink. Let me swatch these. Did I swatch these? I may have, but this is Just Pinched Pink, so it's that sort of highlight type of blush. And then these are going back in my basket, FYI. This one is Oh So Rosy, and Oh So Rosy looks like that. So I really want to use these, so I'm going to put those back. And my little wipe is drying out, but I'm going to wipe these off. I also had in my basket last week the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit palette. Is it the Edit? Yeah, Edit Unlocked palette. And this is a Tiger palette. And it looks like this. And I don't think I used it, so it's going back. I'm using that palette. I did take out my Mario eyeshadow base. I don't know why I can never remember the name of it, but it's the Mario eyeshadow base. And I pulled out the Prolonged Wear paint pot from MAC in Contemplative State. These paint pots are like OG. And I had just kind of had this one sitting in the drawer. Used it before, loved it, thought it was a perfect match for my skin tone as far as my eyeshadows. And also I was able to pick up Groundwork and Laying Low from the Ulta sale. Laying Low was like an OG fave for me. Also, I think I went through one of those already. And Contemplative State may be just a little bit better of a match, but I still like Laying Low. So we're going to use this one instead of Mario. And we're going to get into the palettes and the blushes that I'm going to be using. I am also going to be changing my powder up this week. I feel like this video was like all over the place. So forgive me. So, because I feel like I'm mixing up what I'm using this week with what I used last week. So forgive me. But I am going to pull out the Laura Mercier Translucent Medium Deep powder this week. And the packaging is just a little bit different. I think they had some, like, I don't know if this is like a holiday packaging, but I got it from the Sephora like winter sale. Or so we're going to put that in the basket for this week. I am going to be using the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, and this is in the shade Deep Chestnut. So that'll go in. And I think as far as face, that is everything. I am still going to leave this e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter in here. And let me grab from over here. Let's switch places real quick with what I used and what I'm going to be using. Okay. So this is what I'm going to be using, and the dog is going to bust in the door in a minute. I just feel like she is. Maybe not. So I pulled out two of the little Natasha Denona 5-pan eyeshadow palettes. So I pulled out the Coral palette, and I pulled out the Cupid palette. So we are going to be using these two this week. I pulled out the Glam Light Street Taco palette, and I was just feeling like this color story this week, so pulled that out. Another palette from, this thing is sitting strange in here. From Glam Light is the Chocolate Martini palette. And it looks like this. And I think these palettes are on sale on the Glam Light website right now. What's going on? Okay, dog problems. Anyway, I pulled out this palette to use, and like I was saying, I do think that this is on sale on the Glam Light website today. At least they are still having their St. Patrick's Day sale, so I think it's on sale for $20 if you want to pick it up. These little palettes were a little expensive, I thought. Like for the size of it, like I don't expect Glam Light palettes to be like super expensive, and these little palettes were expensive. Let me see. I'm going to tell you in a minute. So, St. Patrick's Day sale. Enjoy up to 70% off of select items. It looks like some of the Scooby-Doo things are on sale. What is this? Let me show it. Let me tell you in a sec. Let me hit shop now. So the Michaela stuff is on sale. Like the Michaela palette went from $42 to $15. And I know this is a makeup basket, but I just wanted to share. And Scooby-Doo palette, the Rut-Row Raggy, is on sale for $10. Dirty Martini is $20. That's what I'm saying. These little palettes were $35. But the Michaela, which had way more shades, originally was only $42. Have no idea why. The Michaela Part 2 10 color palette is on sale for $10. Her lip sets are on sale for $6. Her brushes are on sale for $8. And the burger slider palette is $10. The street taco palette, which is this palette here, is on sale for $8 from $22. That's a heck of a sale. And it says the dirty martini is on sale, but it didn't say that the chocolate martini was on sale. So I'm not sure. So that means that the chocolate martini may still be $35. Anyway, I'm getting a little moist. Let me turn my fan on. Let me drink some water. All right, now we can go on. Okay. And the last palette that I'm going to be using this week is from Beauty Bay, and it's the Sunset Horizons. This has been sitting in my drawer for a good while, and I forgot I had it. But this is a Sunset Horizons palette. So decided to pull that one out. That is it for my eyeshadows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 palettes. Should be pretty easy because these are kind of smaller palettes this week. And I pulled out 3 blushes. I have 2 Tarte blushes. One is the Sugar Rush Frosted Glow Blush, and that looks like this. This is just going to be one of those highlighty situations because I think this one is like a tint light. So that's like a highlight situation. I have the Energy Blush, and this is a pink, very pink blush. I will swatch that for you as well. And this is that's a little light too, but we're gonna try. And then the last one is from Cover FX. I'm gonna have to wash this little thing. It is filthy now. I hope these things come straight out. The last one is from Cover FX, and it is the Monochromatic Blush Duo Matte Plus Shimmer in Spiced Cinnamon. And it looks like that, and I actually have that on my cheeks today. And I will swatch these for you too. So that's the matte one, and then this is the shimmer one. So you can see matte and shimmer. These are really pretty, and I used both of them together this week. So I think that's it. I think that is my makeup basket for this week. And I feel like we have a serious blush situation going on right here, but I don't care. That is my makeup basket for the week, you all. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video coming out. Have a great day, and don't let your day be a waste of makeup. Bye.